Hey guys, it's Carter again. I'm going to show you today how to be, I'm not going to show you, we're going to talk about it. Hey guys, it's Carter again. In today's video, we're going to talk about how to be a good production assistant. So in my last video, we talked about some basics on how to get into the film industry, my experiences with reality television, and all those networks that I talked about in the last video. Today we're just going to talk about how to be a good production assistant. Production assistants are used in all areas and all genres of film, so all of these rules, or not rules, but all of these tips should apply to everyone who wants to be in the film industry. We talked about being a good listener in the last video. That's going to be the main thing that sets you apart from your competition. Now, the first thing you need to know is that production assistants are always on the bottom of the totem pole. So, with that knowledge, make sure that you use your ears more than anything. Knowing you're on the bottom of the totem pole will put a lot of things into perspective, especially when people don't treat you the way that you think they should. So again, I just really want to reiterate the fact that using your ears is going to be your best, most widely used tool. So production assistants are the grunts of any production. They carry everything, they order the lunch, they drive everybody around, they get the coffee. To be a good production assistant, it's best if you know all aspects of production. You want to know the camera side of things, you want to know the audio side of things, you want to know the grip and electric side of things, you want to know the hair and makeup side of things, you want to know the art side of things, you want to know the producing side of things. You want to know everything as a production assistant because everyone's always looking to find people they love working with. So if you're just a real pain to work with, no one's going to want to work with you anymore, even if you're really good. In the film industry, generally, everyone is together for a long period of time in very tight spaces. So you don't want to be with someone that you don't like or smells bad or, something like that. Now, as a production assistant, there are a few things that you should know walking onto a set, like PC. PC is petty cash. When you're out in the field, PC is generally used for things that the crew might need or the talent, like shoes, shirts, hats, sunscreen, water, stuff like that. It can also be used for your crew lunch and reimbursing talent sometimes. So PC is something you should know. If someone says they want to give you $50 of PC, you know it's petty cash and what it should be used for. Also, something really handy is to make sure that you have something signed, a signed piece of paper that says so-and-so gave Carter $50 of petty cash at this time. That helps you reconcile the funds once you bring receipts and the money back so that person doesn't pin you for losing, $100 or whatever. Now, when someone talks about an apple on set, they're not talking about the fruit. They're talking about a box. It's called an apple box. An apple box is something people use to sit on, to stand on. They use it to prop things up, and there's all different sizes. So just to name the different sizes of apple boxes, there's a full apple, a half apple, a quarter apple, and an eighth apple or a pancake. A lot of people call them a pancake. They're all the same width and all the same depth. Something else that you should know and probably carry a lot of is something called a C47. This is a C47. I know it looks like a clothesline clip. That's because it is. A lot of people call these, I actually don't know what people call these. The reason this is called a C47, the story goes, there's a lot of stories out there. The story goes, the cool thing about these C47s is they're really versatile, number one. Number two, they're really cheap. And also, you can turn them into something that's called a bullet clip. A bullet clip is whenever here, I'll show you. Okay, that took me a while. A bullet clip is whenever you flip a normal C47 backwards, just for a smaller pinching service, I guess. This one sometimes is too big and can get in the way of things if you're trying to clamp something in small spaces. But this one is a lot smaller, obviously, and it functions the same. A CTO and a CTB will be used on the front of lights, most likely, to change the color temperature of the light. Now what those stand for is color temperature orange and color temperature blue. Something that's really important to directors of photography is to either set the mood correctly with light or match light. So I'm going to give you guys two more tips. If someone asks for their sticks, they're talking about their tripod. If someone asks for a stinger is an electric cord. Now if someone calls on the radio and says, Carter 10-1, you know that they're going to the bathroom. and it's a number one bathroom experience. The reason there's different terms for number one and number two bathroom experience is because then the production will be able to expect how long someone might be in the restroom. It might seem a little personal, but most productions get really personal.